Okay, so Montreal, you're going to go. So he came in, Calgary came in.
Yep. California. Somebody drove down from Kamloops. It was really, really.
I remember
that
the
was
Kamloops. Now, what I thought was fun was that when I was in the men's washroom, we met your webmaster.
Yes, Rob. Yeah.
Rob, that was sort of fun.
Yes.
Reminded me of the first time I met Pierre Burton. Was in the men's washroom at the urinals in the Four Seasons Hotel in Toronto. We were doing the old Four Seasons, not the new one. We were doing a show at CBC across the street on Jarvis Street. And somehow or other, I ended up here. Pierre Burton was on my right, and Senator Keith Davey was on the left. So that's how I first... We were all sort of hanging out together, right?
In the men's bathroom.
In the men's bathroom. Well, it's amazing. You know, women always sort of go to the washroom together. They sort of like need a friend.
I've never done that, but I know you see it a lot.
Well, it's very typical.
I've never felt the necessity to
Today,
do that.
because of Riponol or Rohypnol or whatever it is, the date rape drugs, they're not supposed to. When the friend's supposed to stay at the table and watch the drinks. Yeah. But,
that makes sense.
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, that's just sad to me. What has the world come to?
Well, I don't know. So you played in Maple Ridge, and they obviously loved you because you had a full house. You had a full house there, in spite of the fact that a couple of people didn't make it. How long did you play there? How long did you live in Maple Ridge?
How long was the show? About an hour and a half.
No. How long did you live in Maple Ridge?
Oh.
Yeah.
Gosh. Probably for maybe 3 or 4 years, actually. Okay. But it feels like longer because, it was so, that's where when I was in Maple Ridge, I auditioned for the Music Hop show, which was the Let's Go, the Cross Canada TV show. And so my whole career started there, really.
Maple Ridge.
Started singing for $1 every
well, that's not bad.
Every Saturday at the Elks Club, or the what was it,
you got to remember. Look at that smile.
Legion, the Legion Hall.
The Legion Hall.
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
and let me see. Oh, that whole time was just packed full of music stuff for me. That was the launching of everything.
Okay. And then you met your starter husband.
We then moved into New Westminster.
Well, you moved to New Westminster
Yes.
from Maple Ridge. I didn't know that.
I met Terry, actually. I met him on Music Hop.
Oh, I remember that.
And I had to sing up in Hope, BC. That's where the Elks Club meeting
That's the Elks Club, okay.
They wanted me to sing, and I was looking for somebody to accompany me, and just trying to think of who I knew. And I remember I'd met Terry once. He appeared once or twice on Music Hop, and we didn't really talk that much, but I guess we must have talked that one time.
Well, you knew him well enough to phone him and say, do you want to go out to Hope with me?
Well, because will you play guitar? Because I knew his group had split up.
Okay,
and I thought
now I'm going to do something. We're going to take a break for a second. We're going to come back and we'll talk about Terry a couple more times, pleasantly. Well, when we left, we were just getting on the subject of Susan's starter husband. And so that if you happen to have just cut into this, if you have, or archives or whatever, how do I put it? This is Susan Jacks, formerly the Poppy family, way back when, and she went on her own, and she changed husbands and all that stuff, went to live in Tennessee and Nashville for 21 years of all places, but did a performance just in November at the Act in Maple Ridge, and then one in, I think, just the 1st of December or so in Calgary, and we just got on the subject of Terry Jacks, who I know peripherally and quite like, but I got to tell you, I shouldn't tell this story. I had somebody the other day who apparently had a run-in with Terry on their boat. Right? They were both in the same bay over in Texada or Lasqueti Island or something or other. And he was really pissed off at Terry, so I guess, I think he has a temper, doesn't he? Well, I shouldn't. You don't have to answer that.
Oh, no,
You married Terry, so
Yes.
you got him to go out and play at Hope with you.
Yes.
And was it then love at first or second sight?
No.
No, nothing then right there.
No.
So how much longer before you tied the knot?
Oh, gosh. We got married when I was 19. And, it's really funny, and this is by Terry's own admission, that he really had no idea what love was all about. He saed this to me,
Love is in the air.
Yeah. I think he was, he's somewhat eccentric.
Oh, environmentalists.
I don't think I'm telling anything.
All
anything out of
environmentalists are eccentric.
Well, and yeah, and so I think his world is kind of in a different place than a lot of people's is, and he was never he never married for love, and that's by his own admission.
Oh.
And but now me, I was just, because I'm just a big sap anyway. I was head over heels, just totally. But you have to be able to sort of both coming from the same place in order to make that work.
Just in case somebody missed the start of this, we should, I'm just going to get really tacky and say, so this is what Terry got at that time, right?
No, that was after Terry.
Well, okay, if that's after Terry, then might have even been better. I'm just playing with you. Well, it's just, that's a pretty glam shot.
That was a little out of the box. That was Bruce Allen was managing me then.
Oh, Bruce and Lou Blair and all those guys, Gibson.
Yeah. And so for that album, I mean. Anyway, so when I played the Elks Club meeting in Hope, or the Elks Club Hall or whatever it was.
Yep. I actually know where that is.
You do?
Oh, I know where that is because we got a cat around here someplace, so we bought in a house about 3 houses from the Elks Hall. It's a Manx cat, bought it in October 1998, just for the record. Her name is Trixie. Yeah.
Well, I remember it so well, I couldn't tell you where it is right now, but I remember the actual place, being in it. And after that, there was something else, different things started popping up, and then Terry he called me and asked if I wanted to do this gig someplace else, and I said sure. Now, I kept doing my solo thing for a while, but Terry didn't like that too much, so he made me stop. And spend all my time with the Poppy family. Well, actually, we weren't even Poppy family at the beginning. We were just,
Well, I figured you'd call it the Poppy family because it was popping up all the time. No, where did the name the Poppy family come
out
from?
of the dictionary. We were sitting in Terry's mom and dad's den, and we'd been playing for a while. We added a guitar player, Craig McCaw, and that's when we started to become and feel like a group. Up until then, we'd been a duet, and I would sing and he'd play guitar, and that's as far as it went. We added a guitar player, and I still, basically I was the singer, so we decided we should have some kind of a group name, and they were in right then, We thought of everything. We tried a couple of things before, and nothing really stuck, and nothing felt really good. And we were sitting in the den. We were just going to really concentrate on it. So we went through some newspapers just to, you go through and just see if something strikes you. And no, nothing did. And then we started to go through the dictionary and, whatever, and nothing was, and came across the Poppy family. And
it's in the dictionary.
Just felt good. It just felt right.
It's in the dictionary between Pope and Power.
I never thought. You're probably right.
Yeah, well, that's where it is.